Sometimes our familiarity of a thing can actually impede our ability to understand that thing in a deeper and more fuller way. Think of words like God. We say the word God and we think we know what that means. But I don't think we do. Thomas Aquinas says, we're more right in talking about what we don't know about God than what we do. He is an incomprehensible mystery. Or even things, less mysterious, like maybe the person you're married to. I think of my wife Cameron, and I've been married to her for 9 years, and I'm deeply in love with her. And yet so often I feel like I've got it figured out, right? It's my familiarity of her is impeding my ability to see this mystery in front of me. I think to myself, I know why she did that. Yeah, I know why she said that, But not recognizing that here before me is the mystery of a person who is, in a sense, even incomprehensible to herself. And this must have been the way, I think, in part for the disciples who spent their years with this Jesus character, at least, 3 years in his public ministry. Think about that. I mean, you're seeing Jesus doing these miracles, but then you're also hearing him when he's like, I'm just going to the bathroom and I'll be back. And you're like, all right, I'll wait here for you. And then the crucifixion occurs. And then all of a sudden the disciples, when we read this in 20th chapter of John, tell Thomas, we've seen Christ, he's risen from the dead. And Thomas, like you and me, is like, I don't know if he has, actually. Unless I can put my hand into his side and fingers into his imprints where the nails were. I don't buy it. Now, this goes on for 8 days, we read in the Gospel of John. Thomas hasn't encountered Christ, and all of a sudden, Jesus shows up, and he says, put your hand and place it in my side. Be no longer faithless, but believe. And Thomas falls to his knees and says, my Lord and my God. My challenge to both you and me is to ask the Holy Spirit to give us new eyes to, as we read the Gospels, to encounter Christ anew and not allow our familiarity of these stories to impede our ability to understand this Jesus, ever fresh, ever new, in a new way.